All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is that time again, and I have my good friend here, Paulette Harper, and she says she is going to help us launch our book business in 2021. Is that right, Paulette?
Yes, that is. And thank you, Brian, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, we shall see. We shall see on this episode of the Authority Project.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, feast your eyes and tune your ears. It's that time again. We are live with another episode of The Authority Project. It's the video podcast streamed on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope, where we talk to digital marketers, business coaches, and creators of all kinds on how they've built authority in their field and how you can mimic their success. Developing authority, building your audience, and attracting better clients to your own business. Now, without further ado, let's bring to the virtual stage your host, Brian S. Arnold.
All right, and it is Brian S. Arnold back on the virtual stage here with the Authority Project. You are the project. You want to slap authority to your name so you can sell more of what you're great at. And we are here with Coach Paulette Harper in the building, the virtual building. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I am great. Thank you. So glad to have you on here. It's a great topic. It's so funny because I'm reading this book by another person, Dana Derricks, about, it's called, I posted it on my Instagram, the 1 week author. So I'm glad that you're here to really get me psyched up to really do my next book or so. So this is great for me.
Wonderful.
I'm sure it's going to be great for everybody else too. So before we dive in, because it's not just for me, but before we dive in, let us talk about who you are personally and then professionally.
Okay. Well, personally, as you mentioned, I am Paulette Harper, and I'm a speaker, and also I'm a book writing coach, or I call it a story coach. And I live in the beautiful area of Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Nice.
Yeah, San Francisco Bay Area. And I have 4 grandkids, 2 adult daughters, and just love it here in the city. And on my fun time, I love jazz, and I like to hike as well.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So tell us what your current project you're working on right now at the moment.
Yeah, so currently I am actually going to be launching a membership for aspiring authors called Elevate Your Story. It is a 6-month mastery program that's going to start in January. And so that's where my focus is right now. I'm going to be hosting a workshop on Saturday to entitled The Roadmap to Authorship, How to Write and Publish Your Authentic Story. And then I'm going to also be launching actually the open enrollment to my membership course.
Awesome. I love that. So here's a question that you might not be ready for, but well, I'm sure you'll handle it because you're a pro.
Okay.
So tell us now what your daily routine is.
Oh my goodness. Well, every day is different because I'm doing something, if it's about my business, or maybe I'm doing some one-on-one coaching with other, with some my clients. So for instance, like today, I check to see what I'm going to be doing in the course of the day and plan accordingly. So I knew I was coming on here at 1. And so I had some free time this morning. Nice. So I was able to do some things that I couldn't do yesterday. And then the rest of my day is already planned out with, just talking to people and networking with people as well. So it just varies from day to day. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that. So let's get right into it now. So let's talk about finally finishing that book. Why is it such a stumbling block for so many people who really desire to do this thing that is within them? They want to bring out a story or an idea or something that they really want to express, but there is a a hurdle to that. Why is that so?
Yeah, people deal with internal objections all the time. And so internal objections are those limited belief systems. It's the mindset that says, I don't have time to write a book. That says, I don't have the money to write it. I have too many topics that I want to write about, and I just don't know which one. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to publish. And so they, within themselves, they have all these internal objections that stops them from moving forward instead of tackling it, finding out how can they get help to get over those hurdles. And instead, they just resort to the fact of, you know what, I'm just not going to do it at all because it seems so overwhelming. And it's not overwhelming at all. It comes with getting clarity. It comes with, maybe you need a book coach. And it comes with the ability to want to just get through those hurdles and finally get the book, at least started so that you can get on the, the journey to publication.
I love it. That's awesome. So what is your method of writing a book without giving away the farm? I know you don't have to give us your whole entire formula. Okay. But if somebody was to come up to you and say, I want to write a book, I just don't know how. What would you tell them in that moment?
Yeah, the first thing that I would tell them is to get clarity on their story, why they're writing their story. And the clarity really comes from knowing what topic you want to write. Because until you get the clarity on your story, you can't even begin to write the story in itself. So you get clarity, and a lot of times people are stuck on just not knowing what to write, and which story to write, what topic to write, because we have so many life lessons. We have so many topics that we can talk about. We have so many experiences that we've gone through in life. And so it's finding that one topic that you want to write about. Right. Because as a writer, once you write one topic, you can write all the rest of them, but just find out to get the clarity on the story first. And then from there, it's, outlining the story. And once you get clarity and you start outlining how your story is going to, how you want to write your story, then it's just really effortless because it flows a lot better once you get the clarity on where you're going to go.
Okay, great. So I got some other questions that are just popping out at me now. So I got a few things here. Do you write like old-fashioned traditional pen and paper? Are you on your laptop typing it away, or are you doing it audio-wise with a recorder of some sort in that way?
Yeah, a couple ways. So I can sit at my computer and just, get download like that. But I also do journal. I journal sometimes. There's some ideas that I may come up with and think about, oh, that'll go good in this or that'll go good in that chapter, and then, I'll write it out. And then sometimes, actually, I have been using my phone because I may get a thought that comes in the middle of the night, and I don't want to just write it down. So I do speak into my phone and record whatever the thought may be, and then go, the next day and just listen to it over again. So that's the great thing about, being versatile, that you don't have to just do it, one particular way.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know when people think about writing a book, there is some type of, thing where it is, I want to write a legit book, something that's a value that people will see this and like, that's a legit book. Because I see, you go on Amazon, you have these books there, there's like 30 pages, 60 pages, or 100-page book. What do you think? And this is kind of a vanity thing, but what do you think constitutes what page count constitutes a legit book in your mind?
Well, I think if you're writing nonfiction, your book really should solve, a problem for the reader. Okay. We've gone through a lot of experiences in life, and we have a lot of things that we can, talk about in our books. But if it's just about what we've gone through and we can't help a reader, then, a reader that's what, readers want entertainment. They want solutions. They want to know how your book benefits them. Yeah. What's in it for them? And if we can't provide that solution for our readers, then we're going to lose them, And so for me, it is making sure that if I'm going to write a nonfiction book, I want to tell my readers, okay, this is if you buy my book, this is how it's going to benefit you, because it's all about the reader and making sure that they are, being, their need is being met, and that when they read my story, it's going to be a solution for them, and it's going to help them get through life. It's going to help them be better in life. It's going to help them in whatever area that they may need help in. But I have to bring the solution to my readers in my work.
So to you, it doesn't really matter what the page count is, as long as the people are getting what they see on that book cover, like this is what you're going to get out of that.
Yeah, and if we, when we're writing nonfiction books, it's about bringing value to the reader. We use our experiences in life, and maybe we're writing a subject matter book, but it's about bringing value. It's about being able to write a story, and that when my reader looks at the back of the book and they see what this book is about, that it speaks to them. And so it's bringing the value, and it's bringing a solution for my readers, and knowing that when I'm writing, the story is about me, but it's not for me.
Gotcha. So when people are writing a book, how about the cons of this? What should they not be doing when they're writing the book?
When they're writing a book, they shouldn't be all over the place. Because we have so many things we want to say in a story, Right. And so that's why you have to get real clarity and have an outline as to the direction you want to go in your book. And so one of the other things that we can't do when we're writing is expect everybody to read our stories. Expect, that or even say, my book is for everybody. No, it's not. Your book is not for everybody. You may want everybody to read your book. They're not. But Right. Your book is not for everybody. There's a certain, there are certain people that are assigned to read your book, and you have a tribe of readers. You just have to find who they are.
I love that. That's great stuff. That's great stuff. I hope everybody's listening, because this is a legit stuff from a legit author. I remind you, how many books have you written? Tell them again.
I have 11 books, and I write in 3 genres: Christian fiction, nonfiction, and children's books.
Wow, great stuff. Unbelievable. So say we got to the point where we've written our book, right? We've written our book. We're getting a little bit of buzz out there, and things are looking good. We're getting some good feedback. How do we now turn this book into a business, Paulette? How's that done?
Yeah. So, once you have your book, your book is I call it a book, a business card to, have us to, open up some opportunities and some doors for us, but it's not going to be your moneymaker, and so, I tell my clients that you have to look beyond the book and create a business beyond that, And so you're either, doing some coaching, you're either speaking, you're either, creating membership programs, you are doing webinars and workshops. So your book is going to open up those opportunities, and it's really up to the author to just, go down a roadmap that's going to bring, residual income for them. And it's really, from your book. And so you can create, PDFs within your book. You can create a membership from some of the topics in your book. So there's so many things that you can do as an author to just, be creative with that one book that's going to be able to bring you some streams of income.
Now, should that already be in your mind before you write in the book, or as you're going through it, like, how can I like take this topic and get to the point? Or, writing a book, might be like a great accomplishment just in and of itself for your own well-being, your own confidence.
Yeah.
But shouldn't you already have some kind of intent already while you're writing the book that, I want this after this for them to go here to learn more about me? Is that the way they should be going about it?
Well, some authors just want to write a book and they don't think about the business side of it. No, they don't, because you said, because writing a book is a very satisfying experience, and for some writers, some authors, that's all they want. They just want it to be an author.
Yeah.
But there are some authors who want to be an author, but they want to make some money too.
Right.
So you have to just you just have to ask yourself which category are you in? Do you just want to write a book just for the sake of writing the book? Okay, you can do that, but do you want a business that's going to come from it? Yeah.
So so is it, in your experience, when you've talked to authors or would-be authors, that they're thinking that I'm going to write this book so I can make money off my book? Is that their expectation when they're doing this? Because I hope not. But
no, you know what? I think some of them, when I'm starting to coach, aspiring authors, I try to ask them what their end goal is, because I want them to have an expectation that it's going to be met. And so I tell them, okay, you're not going to make a whole lot of money, but I mean, if you just want to, write a book and you sell it, to your family, your friends, and you do, vending and you go to conferences and you sell them, you can do that, but you're not going to make a whole lot of money, only because, I mean, if you're an experienced author, meaning you're a veteran author and you've written, lots of books and you have a great following, then, you can make, some pretty good, decent money, but still, you have to think beyond that, because if you're doing this to leave your 9 to 5, then you definitely are going to have to do some businesses apart from just writing your book.
Right. So let's talk about once this book is finally finished. There are tons of books out there being published every day, Paulette.
Yeah, right.
What about the marketing it takes to make your book stand out? I mean, you can put a book out on Amazon anytime you want, What is the goal in getting some I want to say recognition, but some promotion for that book so that people can actually see that?
Yeah, some traction on the book. Yeah.
Yes.
So, one of the things that I did when I first wrote my my very first book, I found myself just, being out in the internet, so much that, someone said to me, Paulette, I see you everywhere, which was a good testament, because you have to put your book out. Like you said, there's so many books out there. So you have to put your book out into the eyes of, people 6 or 7 times that need to see your book. And so that means that you have to have a marketing strategy that's going to continue, because your book has to live. And so the moment that you stop promoting your book is going to die.
Yeah.
And so you have to have a marketing strategy. One of the things that I do to help promote authors is they can go on a virtual book tour that I offer them. Yes. And so that's about getting the maximum amount of exposure that an author can get. That is being on blogs that, they have thousands of readers and visitors coming to those blogs every single day. It's about being on radio, but it's about having a constant strategy that you are always marketing and promoting your book, because you want people to continue seeing it and knowing that, you've written it, especially when you've done all this labor and all this work to get your book published. You want to be able to market it in a way in which people are going to see your book and see what you do on a continual basis.
Awesome. That's great stuff. So a couple more questions. Why do this? Why do we really have to write a book, Paulette? Why are we doing this? Tell us why. I mean, there are other ways to make money, other ways to build businesses. why do you say that the book business is a great way to go for creators or coaches or what have you in their space?
Yeah, you know what? When I wrote my book because just really being prompted by the Lord, but also I felt that I had a message to share with other people, and so that was the reason why I wrote my book. And so you build your credibility, you build your authority as in your niche when you write your book. And so sometimes when we have a service that we provide, and for instance, if I'm speaking and my audience, they want to take something away with them, then I have a book that they can also take away with them, other than just me, because they're not going to remember everything that I've said in my speech, but they will buy my book. And everything that I've shared in my message to them in my talk, more than likely is in my book, and so they can have my book as a reference source. So it's about being an expert in your niche. I think, becoming an author is such a gratifying experience. And so I think that when people recognize you as an authoritative figure and they see that you've written a book, they look at you like, okay, you're the expert, you know what you're talking about. And I can trust you, and I can read something that you've written, and because you've experienced it, I'm going to be more prone to accept your suggestions, or more prone to accept what you've said in your book about life experiences or whatever it is that we've written our books about.
I love it. Now that's great stuff. That's great stuff. So I got a rapid fire question for you. Hope you're up to the challenge. You ready? You ready?
Come on.
All right. I want you to quickly tell us every title of the book that you've written thus far. Go.
That was in This Is Now Completely Whole, Living Separate Lives, Princess Nevaeh, Secret Places Revealed, Faith for Every Mountain, Women Who Soar, Arise from the Ashes, and then I have a manual as well.
Awesome. You got it. Awesome. Crushed it. See, nailed it. There you go. There you go. So I got one last question for you. This has been great. This has really been great. So it goes something like this. We have people here who are watching. They're going to be listening later to this episode, and they have similar goals like you. They have similar paths. Maybe they're already writers, they're authors, and they want to help the same people you're trying to help in their business, helping them become authors as well. Can you tell them a little bit, or even just people who just want to write a book? Mm-hmm. Can you tell them how they can become an authority in this space?
Yeah, once you decide that you're going to, pen your story and write your book, then that really does establish you as an authority in your niche, in your space, in your influence, because people are really looking for stories that they can resonate with. I teach a lot of nonfiction authors how to write their books, and so when you decide that this is something that you want to do, the authority really comes because you've experienced it. If you have a subject matter book that you're writing about, then of course you know it based on the fact that it's your system, it's your strategy, it's a process that you've gone through, and you want to share that. And so, we're going to recognize you as the authoritative figure. And so you have a business and you want to write a book based on your business technique and something that you've created within your business. We're going to see you as an authoritative figure because this is what you know. This is your experiences. This is how you've lived your life. And you're going to be sharing those tips and strategies and the system inside your book. So you are the authoritative figure once you write your book. And then it's really a matter of you from that point on, just really, doing whatever you can to just continue to grow in your business and making sure that your book and your business is reaching a multitude of people who's your tribe.
That's great stuff. I love it. That's
Thank
great
you.
stuff. Everybody, I hope you got a lot out of this. I know I have. Paulette, please tell them where they can find you after the show.
Yeah, well, they can reach me here on Facebook under Pastor P, and then also pauletteharper.com. You can go to my website and see all my other services as well. And then if you are interested in any of my books on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and then also, I want to invite those of you who want to take a journey with me to launch your book and go through the Elevate Your Story program. Please connect with me and I can give you more information about that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great stuff. Go check this out. You want to finish your book? Go to this lady right now. Check it out. She's going to hook you up. So please do that. And before we get out of here, everybody go to theauthorityletter.com. Join that list. It's going to help you build your authority platform over time. It's not an instant, not instantly, but you're going to get three quality videos there that help you build it, share it, so they will come. My tagline, and I send a letter to you every week as we start to build our businesses together. Yes. So I am done. I'm very full from this episode. I am finished. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here, Paulette?
Well, you know what, Brian? I want to thank you so much for having me on your platform. I really appreciate it. This is something that I just, this is my zone. This is my superpower. I just really love it. I'm really, I'm looking forward to 2021 because, you know what, I have quite a few things that are up and coming, and I want to take as many people as I can into the journey with me. Absolutely. That is great. Follow her, y'all. Follow her. Get on that pauletteharper.com. And I am out. I am out for now. I will see you guys in the next episode of The Authority Project. Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap for this episode of The Authority Project. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you like what you heard, we want to hear from you. Subscribe, rate, and give an honest review. Share and tell your friends so they can hear too. And for even more authority building tactics, be sure to sign up at theauthorityletter.com. Get free weekly content and ongoing digital product giveaways to help you on your entrepreneurial journey. We certainly hope you got a key takeaway or maybe an aha moment from today's broadcast. Just remember, it's your authority. Build it, share it, and they will come. Until next time.